It's really very important for me, for like you to be connected and hear me and listen to me, and also to be able to talk to me, because like now I just not only want to tell you about my experience and how we build MVP, how we made a lot of mistakes, so that at the end we finally found how to build the right MVP to launch it on the market, and really not to spend a lot of money, because what is MVP? You know, it's minimal viable product. So probably this minimal viable will not be necessary. Maybe it will change, maybe it will be what maybe it will like, you know. So like we spend, you know, we build mobile apps, Android, iOS, we put a lot of money, and then it doesn't work and nobody needs it. We launch it on the market, no users, no clients, no companies, nobody, like, you know, and we already spent like, I don't know, 80K, you know, like normal mobile app to version, good function one, and like nobody needs it, you know. Probably you could spend it like much better. Probably you could first test it, and then you ask me, how can I test my product or service if I don't have an app? How can I offer the service to, you know, to the people that could use it, you know, if I don't have that service? So it's like, well, like kind of people asking, it's like kitchen egg problem, you know, like so to launch the service I need the app, but at the same time to need to build the app I need like users, I need to raise money, and for this I also need users. So it's like very complicated. And honestly, I passed through all these, you know, complications and like thinking, oh, what should I do? You know, we built the mobile app, Android. We built iOS. We tried to build less expensive, no? So hired some people from India, you know. We built it. At the end, honestly, destroy it, like destroy it. It doesn't exist anymore. And we created something probably even like more interesting that we. And it's I guess it will be a bit difficult for me, like not to have you here present. No, I have one person. Yeah. But I would really appreciate your participation. Plus, I think it would be more interesting and more practical if you can tell me, for example, your ideas, your MVP, if you already built it, if you are thinking to build, and you can see your faces. But I would really appreciate if you can, some of you introduce you and tell you about your idea, and if you build MVP. And in this case, I also will be able to build this session like more, you know, not like just to tell about a mobility app, which probably nobody's in mobility, but I would be able to advise you and to take real examples, because I told you, really, I sub mentor, and many people comes to me and say, okay, I have this, so I need to do this and this and that. Like, no, stop, stop. You have to do this and this, and it's so much easier, and you can do it in 2 weeks. Like really in 2 weeks. You don't have to spend 3 months, 3 years to build it. So it's like in this case, if some of you can tell me, I don't know, I'm going to put like this, at least to see your pictures, and to tell me your ideas. And
Uliana, do you want to present your slides through your?
Yeah. I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah. So if anyone could tell me your startup idea, like in which stage it is, and if you built something already or how you're thinking to build it, it would be great. Barbara, you want to say something, no?
No, sorry.
I can say.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So right now, me, my brother, and his friends from the university are doing a startup with chemistry lecture courses for biochemistry, organic chemistry, and inorganic chemistry for students from US, UK, and Germany. So we're doing it in 2 languages. We're planning to do it in Russian. However, we didn't start it yet.
You're Russian?
Yeah. So the idea of the startup is to promote with these lectures our website. Our website is a portal where chemistry students can search for professors, for labs, and for servers where they can do the calculations. So my brother is a student at LMU University in Munich. He's doing his PhD right now. And he and his friends, they always had problems with finding labs and with finding servers. And many other people from smaller universities, they cannot even find professors for their PhD works. So therefore, this website right now, it contains a base of 30,000 contacts of professors from US and Germany and other countries.
How many?
30,000.
30,000.
Yeah, we collected them in
Wow.
a month.
Wow.
And we also made a mobile app. Right now we have mobile app for iOS and Android. We have it also on the computer. And we have started the portal, I think, a month ago. Right now we have like 400 people online every day. We don't know if it's good or bad, but people are attending it. People talk there. People can also ask questions on their scientific topics and get answers from verified and non-verified users. And we're also adding some options like molecules calculator. I think you remember from chemistry course when you need to balance the molecules. And 3D thing that helps you to model the molecule in 2D or 3D. So right now we don't know how it will go. The hardest thing is promotion, because we found out that in the world it's about 2 million chemistry students right now, which is chemistry students.
Students.
So just 2 million, it's a pretty small amount. Not everyone English speaking.
Okay.
That's important because the website is in English, etc. That's why we added that function from Google Translate, but it will not really help in scientific things. So the hardest thing for us right now is to promote it, because it's really hard to target only chemistry and only students at once. And the problem is when you have a limited amount of money, which is always a problem in startups, it's the hardest thing to promote it. Because to write a website, to film lectures professionally, it's not as hard as to promote the website. So yeah, that's the point.
And you have already like a functioning business, you know, like 400 students per day. It's kind of very, very good, you know, number. 30,000, you know, in general, it's like a very good number. I think like you already reached like MVP, it's working. Okay, of course you want to grow, but what is like your like business model, and how do you earn money basically? So do they have a subscription or just like
yeah, right now it's free, of course, because you want to gain customers, right? So our two main monetizers is going to be either, we didn't decide yet, we haven't decided. So it's going to be either the subscription, $1 per month just, it's a really small amount, to access 3D model thing and to access the calculator that balances molecules. And also, I think, monetize the YouTube channel. So we will see right now, we don't know yet. We also looked at Google AdSense for websites. But as we saw from examples of other forums and chemistry websites that failed both in Russia and in Europe, one of their main problems was too much ads. And that's why we're still thinking of that. So it's going to be either the subscription or Google AdSense or something else. We will see. Right now, we don't know.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I think you have to, first of all, you have to think about some other ways of monetization, like just standard funds. Just like, for example, you know, like a lot of companies, like, you know, like a lot of startup projects that the big companies want to get the startups and ideas into that. And they are ready to pay so that like to give more visibility. So it's like, hey, you want to launch some startup program and get the people from exactly this very narrow niche. So it's like, if, for example, you say, we have like 30,000 students and we can announce like your startup competition, for example. We can work together, you know, like just like to think not like about the direct fund, but like your main actually the most important is like the people, and not just the people, just like that more, you know, that people chemistry, you know, it's just like you cannot find easily, you know. So like this is very important. You have to see the value of your service, no, and together who would be interested in that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. The thing is, like, I think that I would say in this case the web page is ready. Yeah, and you are trying to do it. I always also say to see that some are more common, very easy to use, so like sources. So yeah, it's just like for us, it sounds like WhatsApp, you know. Because like Telegram would be my channel, yeah. But it's like really widely used now, and it is a lot of money. You know that how a lot of money in Instagram, in WhatsApp. Yeah, it's kind of how I'm going to launch my course in WhatsApp if I can have a lot of money and I can build my course in a special platform in some website, really cool website. But like what even the top companies do, the big, you know, like let's say we're talking about influencers, for example. They don't build their platform. They have a lot of money to do this. They put it which is easier for the people. You know, like we should be where yeah. And later I'm going to tell about our experience, how we build our MVP, and you will understand to be what the person is. Like we have to be not like creating probably our own, you know, platforms, but we have to be where the person is. It's like the first key to build MVP. Let's be where the user is, and then they are in social media, in WhatsApp, in Telegram, in Instagram, in LinkedIn. It's like they want to be. They wake up in the morning, and what they do, they check their WhatsApp, they check their Instagram. So, and now for us, for the company, for startups, this is where we can already build it. You know, like how we all have all these groups. You know, you can like for example, like in Telegram, you can also do some settings and like filter some messages and all this. Probably sometimes it can be annoying, but sometimes you also can build it. You can sell now in WhatsApp, for example. You build your WhatsApp for business, and you create even the catalog of your products, the links, the website, and the people go there and they check, they subscribe. They started to be like, okay, Facebook doesn't do something like just to do it, because they know there is a business, and like the company starts to do it. For example, I'm going to tell about our experience, how we built MVP. I told you that we just throw away our app. We decided to go first for B2C, just very expensive. You know, marketing is very expensive. Just to go and to promote your app, your service is very difficult. Who can do this? Only big companies who have a lot of money, because it's like thousands or millions to give the visibility of your company. It can be sales, it can be SEM, you know, like it can be a publicity, it can be, but it's still a lot of money. So we started like this. It was our first mistake, just to do it and to do it B2C. Okay, so we do app, the standard one, like the client, the app, what everyone do, you know, what we see. What we did, we throw away the app and we thought, okay, what would be easier way for us to get the clients and spend really little money, because we didn't have so much money left, and it was like for us, like at that moment, it was like, oh, we close, so we have to find some clients and like make this work. The first service was LetMePark. It's an aggregator of different parking services. In Spain, we have different parking platforms. It's automated access. They just enter, the door opens, you park and you exit, and you pay by your license plate, basically. Also reservation platforms. There are more than 20. But we put it all together in one platform. Of course, you need to build the app, you know, to provide this service. But okay, how we can reach, who we can reach. Okay, we decided, okay, now we are going to reach companies, because you reach the company, one company with 20, 50, 100, 200, 1,000 employees who have to park. They go to the meeting, they park it, they don't care, they have to say mine, I probably pay in the street. No, I park. I go to the business street, yeah, and I park. In the airport or in the train station, and I park. So those people really spend a lot of money. Okay, so and this we just go for one client, they have a problem, we provide this service. We also provide this like the unique bill, and then they can also deduct VAT, you know, which is like usually they never did. And sometimes when you spend 10,000 per month for parking, you can deduct 21% of your, yeah. So like, okay, that's good. So how we are going to do it? Another app. What we did without app? Any ideas? Any ideas how we did it for the companies without any app, any web? The same, just like using the already existing tools. Yeah. Any ideas? No. Professors, no. How did you do it? A phone? No? No.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp? No. So what actually, when you have a meeting, right? What do you usually do? You have a meeting tomorrow at 5. Where do you put it? Well, calendar. Yeah, you put it in the calendar. Always you have your all the meeting, all the companies have their meeting, yeah, event, whatever, business trip in the calendar. Even if you have like a vacation, you put it in the calendar, you know, a flight, you put everything in the calendar. So we invented Parker. It's called Parker, your virtual parking assistant. So just what you have to do when you create a meeting, you have your you add your colleague, you have your client, and then you add your virtual assistant. Parker at LetMePark.app. Yeah, you just add it. In a couple of seconds, before your meeting, you have a new, like a small like event again, saying where you have to park. Park here, it's already booked, paid, everything. So before, like in 1 week, you go to the meeting. You go to the meeting, but you don't go to the meeting exactly. You go first to the parking by car, definitely. So you just open your calendar and you open that and you go to the direction. And for example, if there's a reservation, you have your reservation number that you have to validate. Sometimes the parking has automated access, which is like a lot of them in the center. You just enter. That's all. At the end of the month, you don't have to send the tickets to your accountant, nothing. You don't do nothing. You just add your Parker, your virtual parking assistant in the company. It's like, we saw it, we are different. We position that we are different. No app. It was not our disadvantage, you know, like you don't have money to do it. No, it was our advantage, something new, something like so much easier. It's like you don't even have to use the app before you go to the meeting. While you're driving, I'm going to park, or do it a bit before. No, just this. Just don't forget to do this. Okay, so it was something like this. Later on, I'm going to send all of you presentation. Also, you'll have some videos, our videos, that now we don't spend time on watching the videos. But you can see there's some videos that we built. Full video for the companies, how to use, like all them, like manual, everything's cool. The thing that also, so standard. Also, we created WhatsApp. We said like, if it's your virtual parking assistant, whatever happens, you can message us. It's a virtual parking assistant. We created WhatsApp business account, and you can message us. In the beginning, it was like clients were saying, "You have such a cool chatbot! Wow, cool!" Because like whatever the person says, we answer like in a kind of standard way, but it's still fast and all this. In the beginning, it was not even a chatbot. It was a person answering the messages, kind of a chatbot. But for people, it was like, cool. Cool, it's a chatbot. I remember we had one cool IT company, one of our clients, and they're saying, like, wow, such a great chatbot. I'm like, yes. Like, yes, true. Again, like, in case of the calendar, I'm going to tell you the truth. I hope there are no our clients, but it doesn't matter actually. We connected some platforms, but still, some of them was not connected, and we had some with first clients, some kind of issues with automatization. So imagine, we have our request that comes to us, to our calendars, to the calendar, and we at this moment we have to automatically in a couple of seconds send this, send the response. So we send the response, but at some point in the beginning of MVP, it was not totally automated. It was one person that we called partial physical one, like, it was like, oh, we have an event, search that, correct, send. We could validate it. It doesn't matter, it's not perfect. It was not looking for perfection. It was like in the beginning, 20 clients, it was like some entrance, and if it enters, yeah, for in 1 hour, we know. We are going to attend it and check if everything's correct right now. But if it's like in 3 days, he has the basic answers. Okay, he has his parking, but later we can check, or we can change the reservation, or we have changed the parking, we can check. So for now, it was like half automatic, you know, like total virtual and kind of, you know, intelligence artificial intelligence, all these algorithms, but in the beginning it was like this. I cannot turn on my computer, but I wanted to show, I don't know why.
We can show it on the...
But I want to show you one video about, you know, Waze? Waze, yeah. It's funny, it's not true. But I would like to show you the video about MVP of Waze. I don't know if you show it. Okay, good. So we can share here. Wait. So at least I'm going to put the name. No.
This one.
It should be YouTube, but I think you get. This is this one. Yeah. They're sharing.
Yeah.
It's funny video.
This is the world's first reusable cotton swab.
Sorry.
We have to put the sound from the beginning.
Esconde de jurumi.
It's in Portuguese, but doesn't matter. You understand.
Ela pintou atendimento. Rua Visconde de Jurumim, 747. Passei aí. Vamos ver isso aí. Vai olhando pra mim onde é que o cara tá. Pô, Rosé, vai olhando onde o cara tá, pô. Vai ajudando aí. Vendo aqui, cara. Aí o cara tá lá na rua Sócrates. Ixi, o cara tá entelado. Deixa eu ver onde é que fica essa Visconde de Jurumim. Vila Formosa. Ah, é Vila Formosa, né? Eu já morei lá. Nossa, não é possível. Que demora. 4B, T, H, aqui. Nossa, rapaz, mas peraí. Que horas você acha que ele chega? 19, 12, 19, 17. Será? E eu já errei alguma vez? Tudo pronto. Vamos. Até que enfim. Vamos pegar a Avenida Washington Luiz, São Paulo. Cara, na boa, o que faz uma pessoa atravessar a cidade às 6 horas da tarde? Ou é uma emergência ou tem merda na cabeça. Total. Peraí. Vire à direita em 300 metros. Na boa, você acha que isso aqui, esse pedacinho aqui é 300? Com certeza, cara. Cada dedo é 100 metros. E o mindinho compensa por amor. Ah, tá. Peraí. Fala quem é? É o lanche? Ah, beleza. Abriu? É o lanche? Gente, não é possível. Aconteceu alguma coisa, tá tudo parado. Ô Wesley, o que aconteceu? Você nunca atrasa, rapaz. Eu tô morrendo de fome. Foi buscar o lanche aonde? De Goiânia?
É louco, tio. O bagulho tá estrumbado lá fora. Tem acidente o caralho na 23 de maio. Tem vítima até.
23 em que altura?
Ali na... batendo no Face, aqui na Cova Prada, tá ligado?
Acidente reportado à frente. Não tem flauta em acidente, já te falei isso. Quanto é que deu aí?
De batata grande da 36,50.
Porra, cacete, meu. Ai!
Moral, esse maluco aí tá indo na Visconde de Jurumim?
Tá, por quê?
Ixi, tá fudido.
Eu não falei?
É quente mesmo.
Mantenha-se à direita em 200 metros.
Pera, o que você tá fazendo?
Pegar a bandeirante.
Bandeirante, tá maluco, velho?
Como pior? Falar pra pegar a bandeirante.
Não, mano, essa hora fala pra ele pegar ali a Francisca de Paula Brito, é mó adiante, já corta caminho pra caralho.
Total, minha vamos lá. Porra. Novo cálculo da rota. Vire à direita em Francisca de Paula Brito.
Ô, tem radar nessa esquina aí, avisa esse maluco aí.
Tem bom som. Não, velho, toda hora você come bola com esse negócio de radar, velho, você já te vai fuder a gente, cara.
Amanhã mesmo esse maluco aí tá baixando o Google Maps.
Aí, vem cá. Tá me chamando a atenção, Zé? É brincadeira, só faz tocar essa flautinha ridícula aí e vai entrar numas comigo. Ô, cara, só tô dando um toque. Baixa a bola aí, ô caçulinha. Mantenha-se à direita em Afonso Dagnoli Daunai.
Você disse?
Não enche o saco, gente. Eu leio o que tá escrito aí, pronto, foda-se. Siga em frente por 4 quilômetros em Afonso Dagnoli Daunai. Porra, gente, eu tô trabalhando, caralho.
Ih, peraí, deu merda? Mudaram a voz do aplicativo.
Puta que pariu. Paulão! É impressionante, é muita carência, né? A pessoa mudar a voz no meio da corrida é uma palhaçada. É mudar a voz aí.
Segura aqui, João.
Silvio Luiz, manda virar à esquerda.
Quantos metros?
Em 200 metros, vire à esquerda na canhotinha.
Não tem flautinha, porra!
Ora, bicho.
Eu não tenho mais condições de ficar vivo. Entendi. Por que você precisa ir até o metrô pra se matar?
Something like that, no? Like, of course, it's a joke, no? It's not like this. But like, I would say this is the right way to build MVP. Like, probably like, there are a lot of risk, or like, yeah, easy. Just to try, 1 user, 2 users, 3 users. But you can do it almost like, yeah, by phone, by WhatsApp, but creating that chatbot. But it would be chatbot like many, like I told you, we had a chatbot, you know, like that was like a human, yeah? And it was the same. It was like, I remember I saw this video, and it was like my partners, they copied us, you know, it was like, they also started to like videos. We had like the funny, like photos and videos, you know, like kind of a picture called Parker. You know, it was like the Parker actually was human before, then decided to be robotic. Especially now, after we got clients, we had, you know, we couldn't manage all, you know, like thousands of the entrants like manually, or we had to, I don't know, to hire like 50 Parkers like to do it. Probably even like at some point, yeah, we could have 2, you know. But then you start to understand, yeah, it works. They want this. Let's add, like, they make my investment, it was investment, they automatize it. We started to implement one of the first that we did RPA, which is very first automation, which is actually like exactly to automate the process in the reservation, the calendar of the app. Yes, it was like all like this. So searching for actually alternative ways, but also was kind of the more interesting way. So like the second point here in the building MVP, if you build this MVP, it will be manual, half manual. It will be just like some of the resources that people use. Doesn't mean that it's like, I don't have money. No, it's used. It's like your advantage. Okay, I do it through WhatsApp, I do it through Instagram, I do the chatbot, I do it, you know, like I'm going to tell you more ways to do it, but I can do it this. But in this case, it's very important to build a strong brand, you know. It definitely should be a cool brand, a good video, a good explanation video how it works, presentation, you know. So even if we have already now here YouTube, I'm going to show you our videos that we started to explain how it works, you know, not like just how to, because it's something new, yeah. Can I use it again, right? I'm going to show you our video because like it's really very important. The brand, the web page, about how your company is like, you know, you have the very important is to have this trust. It's like if I give you that service, yeah, it's like it's a trust. You're going to give you the best service. So in our case, again, we built this service for companies. The interesting for us was we didn't have to build the app, but also the payment methods. Also, you have to like just the company, you know, all this, just the company anyway. But you have to implement the payment method, the virtual CPU, it's called. If you have a company, you just can send at the end of the month the bill, and they're just going to make you a transfer. So you can save a lot of money working with the company. So the company who like have a contract, you send me to this, yeah. You send me this to your account at the end of the month, according to the bill, according to the report I sent you. That's all. You don't implement the complicated payment method, right? And sometimes try to implement several ones, virtual CPU, I don't know, PayPal, Amazon Pay, all of them, you know, in the first MVP, because you want to be the best one. And sometimes people start to think, okay, I still cannot launch my service because doesn't have Amazon Pay, or it doesn't have a filter, or doesn't have, I don't know, a better look, or I just have only Android, not iOS. It's a very big mistake. You have to go to the market as soon as possible with a small, very important part validated. Probably you fail with 20 users, unfortunately, can happen. But still you can validate it, you can learn. We can learn with your mistake, also we learned. Even like later on, we learn with the calendar, a lot of things, there's also some problems. We launch other sources of, channels, yeah, to talk with our clients and to give service, but we learned. Very important customer service. Some people saying like, yeah, it doesn't work so much, but you always hear. I know that you do the best that you can, and people appreciate this, and the beginning the bread. Okay, so I'm going to show you, for example, the first video. The last one is kind of like Google type video, like this big corporates like your Accenture consulting, yeah. But the first one still was like explaining, and very cheap one. If you want, I can give you the contact. The first. It's in English. It should be in English, no? It'd be in English, yeah.
The people that are on your team, the people that are in your group, your family, whoever, you're coaching. You might not even know it, but you're coaching.
Employees who use a car for business often face these problems: wasting time looking for parking, coming to the parking complex and finding it full, not being able to pay with a credit card, waiting in line to pay, and at the end of the month, spending time to submit parking expenses for reimbursement. Parking is becoming a complex and inefficient process that generates costs to companies and causes a loss of time and productivity for employees. And this can impact the image of the company when meetings start late due to these inconveniences. Do you want to make the life of your employees easier and optimize costs for your company? Meet LetMePark, the unique service based on a virtual assistant that automates the entire parking process, from searching and booking to paying and managing expenses. We provide an advanced search engine with deep pricing analysis across several parking reservation platforms that help you book the best deal. The largest parking network, helping you book the nearest parking spot to your destination. Automatic booking and payment for parking, which allows your employees to focus on their work and be more productive. Detailed reports, and a unified invoice that allows your company to deduct VAT from parking expenses and reduce administrative costs. And easy-to-use service. Just add your virtual parking assistant, Parker, as an invitee to your calendar event, and he will do the rest for you. Parker will find and book the best parking spot and create a meeting in your calendar indicating the parking location and other details. You don't even have to download a mobile app. Take Parker with you and help us to contribute to more sustainable mobility, as inefficient parking is responsible for 30% of city traffic and 10% of CO2 emissions. LetMePark, the smart way to park.
Okay, good. So it was like the video for the company. So it was our first product, and then we saw that it still. Oh.
You want to stop presenting?
No, I actually wanted to show the video. There was another video that they understand, okay, there's still some problems to understand how it works.
Years old.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, we created another one. It was like our last one. How it works. Here we send the Parker Merry Christmas. Still, like for the companies, for the clients, was a like nice approach to also to show them, and it's I don't know what it is. It's not, I don't know. Okay, doesn't matter. It's actually the second video of I think probably we didn't put it on YouTube because it's sent by email. Just to explain video like how to use it, and if you want to cancel. But you also receive the email, WhatsApp message that okay, we already have your parking. All this is like explaining all the details. If I want to cancel, if I change my image, that also can happen. We had to develop all this. Okay. So it was like great for the companies again, and then we were thinking about like going more, like that help us like alternative ways, like where the users are, how they use. So it's like the second part of our journey was to build the voice assistant, not like only just the calendar, but voice assistant. So we built the skill for Amazon Alexa. Like we built, and actually it's now available. You can use it. You can use it inside the car. You can use it with Echo Auto, which is a special device for Alexa. You can do it from home, from like, even from cars, because a lot of cars, Mercedes, Volkswagen, Ford, Seat, they already have Alexa implemented inside the car. But we built this, so like you begin with Alexa, find me parking. It connects to our system. And it tells you where is the nearest parking, if the parking is automated, if you need the reservation, send an email, everything through the voice. And even I would say that like honor for us that we are also native skill, because if you talk to Alexa, you have to say open, I don't know, something like LetMePark, open LetMeCharge, and then say hello, I'm Let. So you have to know the name of the company so that you could ask for the service to make the reservation, to play the game, whatever. You have to tell the name. But in our case, we did this job great. We gave the biggest parking network with a parking to make the reservation, to reserve, to find everything, and we become a native skill. So now you can say Alexa, I want to park. I need the parking. Let me park, and it connects to our system, and we give to the users exactly hands-free, more safe way to search for parking, exactly when you are driving, because we know why are you looking for parking. Actually, when I was looking for parking, like when I was like already on my way, not like before. Not a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to the meeting, now let me search for parking. And for example, in this area, it's very difficult. It's impossible to park. So it's like, hey, Alexa, find me parking. Okay, here it is. I'm going to navigate. The door opens automatically. I was lucky that this parking is automated, and that's all. So also we find another way to find another channel, which is also for us it's a different one, and we had our values that we have this channel, and of course this also helps us to build even stronger brand. It's really very important for startups. It's like the quality of your service is very important. Sometimes we have we had some problem. We had to, for example, the parking was €5. Okay, no worry, I'm going to buy you. Yeah, I prefer to spend money on that to give the best user experience, safe, because the new service you need the confidence. You need the trust. It's like, of course, to Google you kind of trust. You trust you. Yeah, but when the small new service appears, you don't know who is behind. You start to. Now it's easier because now. Startup, new company, technological, all the people want to try something new. But even before, it was like you need to build the trust and to build the brand, to build, of course, the cool website, from all these videos. It's very important. And following that topic about the personal, about the brand, also very important for you to tell is to build a personal brand. It was also one of my mistakes, I would say. That I remember my partner telling me, come on, you are the face of the company. You have to build a person. Come on, I don't like this. Please leave me alone. I don't like to tell how good I am. It's like I don't know. A lot of people like this. No, you have to do it because one of my partners, our CTO, said like, come on, look, the company of my wife, she started to build a personal brand. And it's like, look how business started to go. Because people buy from people. Right? I don't want to do this. Come on, do you? No, because you're bad looking. What they did, they applied me for this competition women entrepreneurs. Like, okay, applied. I don't know, surprisingly, probably they really saw something. They didn't have so much confidence. We win. I'm not even saying it was we, because I will be applied as LetMePark, also started as LetMeCharge, and also with my profile. And honestly, you know, it started to go better. So the company started to call us. Not like I was sending 20 emails and 2 of them probably answer, 1 of them probably start to work, which is like a normal sales job, you know, somebody even don't answer you. But no, people started to add you, not only for this, because you started to work on your LinkedIn, on your brand, you started to be on the events, you start to know people, you start to tell about what you do in social media. It's all this, you know, building the personal brand. So it's like, I'm telling this because I really think that to build Tech MVP and to build your product, the initial step is very important, because I started a bit later. But then I started, imagine the person, I remember, called me asking for my advice. No, it's not a member. It's like, Forbes study under study. Oh, smart guy. Definitely want to talk to him. He was asking me advice. But his Forbes study under study, you know, like already like you have a bit of, it's going to be other things. You at least another guy was like just talking different topics, publishing different topics, and seeing interesting, commenting my posts, you know. I was like, you see this person. And then, for example, we hired the IT services for this person because he's always here. He's like, he built his, I don't know, brand. Yeah, it's brand. Because how brand? Because I post interesting things, I comment, I participate, I listen, all this. You start to get respect. People buy from people, I think. And like, especially now, it was like I was participating in some of the speakers, we were talking about the teams and about like a lot of humanity, you know, like human. You have to be human. You have to buy and to help the companies and to young entrepreneurs, startups. You know, what is the most important in leads and all this. It's very important. And now it's the right time. You know, people want to buy from people. Not only buy, they want to buy from people. So it's like to do this. It's easy. You can take a course, but start your profile, your LinkedIn profile, even your Facebook profile. Even when you start to apply for the startup competition, they ask your LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram profile, because they want to know your personality, who you are. When they're going to rank you top entrepreneurs or top programs, they're going to rank you because like you have something special. Yeah, you have the personality even. Yeah. And they start to think about you. Oh, let's put we want to build the list of top companies in education, for example. Like they're going to research, but they're going to so many times the person who was publishing interesting articles and he's building interesting product, just building, not even like launching it, but you communicate. Communication is very important. I was like one of my ex-partners was a communication expert. You know, he used to work in a big communication company, and he was like, it's very important. You talk. And like, oh, but come on, we just launched one small functionality. You know, like let's talk about, let's tell about this. And when they started to talk about this, really, they took us to a startup competition. They invited us there. They brought us to another contact. You do this. You do more networking. They invite you. Yeah. So like it's very important. Exactly the personal brand. So it's like let's for now summarize. I don't know that I use my computer. I hope it's not broken. It's new. But let's summarize, yeah, what we were talking about, and then we are going to continue. But anyway, let's with all these points. I'm going to send the presentation and some videos, okay, so that you can see it. So first of all, the MVP should be easy. It should be really like, you know, it's like a competition. Who is going to spend less money? I don't know if you will have this, the course. Okay, who is going to spend less money on the MVP? You know, it should be like I don't know, a competition in some entrepreneurial class. Not the who, and who is going to build it in a less time, and who is, yeah. And you will see, will be surprised that some of them could build it really fast. That bit. So in a really very fast is the way to test it. To test, and the bit should be tested, should be launched as soon as possible. You know, it can be with the companies. It can be like you get one company asks, please help us, let's do it. You just get 10 users. It's a simple thing, but it should be. And remember, the point was that you have to be where the client is. There it is. Yeah, it's okay to be in WhatsApp. It's okay to be in Instagram. It's okay. Plus, you can buy already from Instagram, yeah, from WhatsApp. You can do it, yeah. You can do your web app, yeah. You can do it, Alexa, as I told you. It's easier and it's much cheaper to build it. It's so much easier and cheaper. You don't spend so much money on that. So like to be where the client is, even if you take the first orders by phone, it's okay, but you will test it, you will learn. It's very important to learn, okay? And then to build the brand, to build the confidence, to build the trust. Trust. Because I'm translating from Spanish. Trust. To build trust, it also helps to build your personal brand. Okay, very important. Then, okay, if you want to build your app, sometimes it's necessary. And I am going to tell the truth that we also have our app. Because you have to be where the user is. And a lot of users are like apps. They got used to this. Even honestly, like there is so much easier way to search parking. Driving is a voice service. It's so much easier, really. But when you get used to this, people still not get used to this. We believe that it's future, yes. But the people are used also to the apps, yeah. So in the beginning, you can do the web app. Our service is like not. We don't have the native app because it's not a core. Because our service is for companies and it's also for companies like B2B2C. So we provide our APIs to implement inside third parties companies. For example, one example was Alexa. There's another app which aggregates different ways of mobility, scooters, public transportation, buses, and all this. And one of them, if you drive your car, for example, you can park it and you can then go to in some scooter or in the train. So and we give our service inside this service for companies that do the trips. Also we do this. So our service is more, but still we needed to build the app. Also, Amazon Alexa asked us to build so that the user can manage the account from the app. But we built the web app, and also it's a very nice way to do the apps. So first of all, they are much cheaper. Basically, it's a web that you build, which is definitely much cheaper. And then you can work with some companies that will just adjust a bit, we'll say the first page, to put it in the store, Android and Apple. Not a lot of people know about this. I don't know if you knew. Not a lot, but it also exists. It's cheaper, and to test it also it's better. For example, if you make changes, you have to make a change. Android, especially when you're building. You want to change, you test, it doesn't work, you do a lot of changes. So all the time you have to make a change. Android OS, then you have to update it on the store. When you do it in the web app, you just change it in your website, and that's all. And it will be just the same because you download, just to explain, I would say the first page, which is native, I don't know, native, but then it's saved on your phone, but it's still navigation, yes, to the internet. But for example, our service doesn't work without internet, so I cannot give you the service without internet. For example, the app, the game you can download, right, and you play when you're in the plane, yeah. But without internet, that doesn't work. The information is right now, the price, the availability of the parking, navigation. So it's we don't care. It's not so fast. Yeah, maybe. But even some people that don't see the difference. It's the same, but it's sometimes cheaper. And for us, even we can do faster. If you need to implement a change, we implement it faster. And it's the same as a web app. Now we are building our app because it was a basic one, again, which is okay, the basic one. I don't like it at all. If you download it, it's not a perfect app. But now we already, when we have users, we know what they want. We saw that they need this and this and this and this. Now we hired designers, we hired good developers. Still, they're going to do it in web app because for us, it's not different, but it's much easier to manage. And yeah, now we are going to build our better app, and it's going to be launched in several months. So it's another option, really, a very good one. It's a web app. Again, if you are thinking to build all these services, you can contact me. I'm going to give you the contacts of the people who can put your app up in Android and what's called? Apple Store, Android, and Google Play. And if you need videos, this one. Also, you can contact me. I can give you the contacts of the people. If you need Alexa skills, you can also contact us, because I not advertising. Yes, sorry, if it's permitted. But just another company that really converted into a specialist in this area, in the development of the apps of Alexa in the future. Really, I believe it, and it's like according to all this, the future. And we're also developing now the skills of Alexa and actions of Google. So a lot of we have like clients like, yeah, it's our strategy for the following years. Okay, and basically that's all. Yeah, so now it's all, but I still would like to tell you more, but I don't want to put a lot of information, just the 3 basic messages. Yeah, and then I would like to still talk to you and probably to give some real practical advices about your MVPs. We should go here, no?
Déjale compartir, like on the blue. You see the blue?
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Uliana. Does anyone have any questions for Uliana? Maybe about MVP, about LetMePark, about anything that we've talked about? Let's see if we have any questions.
How many people we have? 50, 60 something.
Let's see, right now we have 67 participants online, so I can't believe that no one has any questions at all.
We are going to ask for the people. Nobody builds MVP still. So those are people from master,
bachelor's and master's both.
First course.
First semester. So maybe you all haven't started building your MVPs yet, and you'll be in touch with Uliana in the future after you've begun and you have more questions.
Yeah, maybe, yes. So you have to think, but it's, sometimes it's more difficult. You build an MVP and it's like, comes Uliana and says like, stop building your apps, stop building your services. But still, I hope it will give some practical advices, because it was my experience, really. And I would say that this probably could help to save you money and time, which is very important. Time. It's not only money, we're talking about money, but also it's time. Because even like what companies buy you, they don't only buy from you, they buy time. Because if they want to launch kind of the similar service, they're going to buy a company, because they will save 2-3 years to build all this until they built. So it's like the time is really important. Like in this video, like Google will take our clients. Time, because like I was like several, like I've been an entrepreneur for several years. I would say 4 years. Like I did MBA in a business school, and I started already the idea there, and building this kind of in a standard way. Still, we all know you need to validate your idea, but it's when you start to do surveys, all the people are so nice to answer. They want your product, but when they ask you, when you ask them to put the credit card, no. So the real like MVP, that's why MVP is important. I forgot to say. It's when they put the credit card, the card account, and they're going to pay at the end of the month. Because really, we do surveys, great, just to get some first insights. But not all the surveys are real true. Because I'm going to charge you if you use it, even I'm going to first serve you, and if you like, those people, the real users, this is like the way to MVP. So like, who are going to pay? Like the first paying customers, even like the investors, I was in the beginning, I started pre-seed, and I'm going to pitch the pre-seed investor, and then like, how many users you have, like how many, what are you saying, what users, I'm pre-seed them, I don't have users, of course, what do you want from me, proceed, come on, like, yeah, no, but like, again, understanding later, what is it now? I'm not asking you like how much, you know, like it's not only users, how you spend to get these users, all this, not the users, but that you have this trust, you have your paying user because like your service works, then there are people who not just like, look, I have a survey that 100 people want to use my service. No. Like how many pay? How many put it in the cart to your service and the trust and really want this, you know? And it's like this MVP will help you to get these first paying customers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that we can all benefit from saving time and money. So I think that's all great suggestions. Did you have a question?
Yes. So when we think about creating a company from zero, we think on step by step, but I'm sure sometimes it's a lot of steps at the same time. How did you face if you had to, like, no exit roads? Like, so suddenly I can't continue here. How can I go forward to what I want to create?
To pivot.
Yes.
Yeah, to pivot. Yeah, it's actually a very interesting question because, you know, like, I was like saying, persistence is very important. Yeah, you cannot, it doesn't work for 2 weeks, and I cannot quit because I have to, you know, show that it really works. Yeah, it's like, but at the same time, you cannot say fail fast. You know, it's like this phrase that you like fail fast, but that's not like it. But you have to really work for some time because it's like sometimes the idea is great, but then implementation. I think you have to change first the way of implementation. Okay, so this is my idea. I think it's work. I know it's much better. But sometimes implementation can be wrong. You know, even for some people, there's no wrong idea. There's like just probably bad implementation. So okay, that's our B2C. They steal you. Okay, why not we do this? You add some part, you make the product better, but you try to do the ways of implementation. This from the different, and then you have all the signs from the market that we also pivoted a lot, like a lot. Finally, we find our niche, being a unique aggregator of services for the companies, voice service, you know, like connect. They also connected our platform. You know, we also now launching very interesting product on street. We started to go on street. I think we pivoted so many times, but I think, you know, sometimes like it's exactly we are where we are because we were open-minded. Because we were open-minded, we were ready to change and to see the real problem. You know, I told you that there was aggregator parking platforms. You know, the first aggregator in the market actually. You know, and that's why we go to Alexa and they said, we want you. I like it. I remember the guy and he's like, I like it. I still remember it. It's like because I'm not going to work with 20 platforms. We are not, you know, another company. We are not. Yeah, we find our niche. And it's like a lot of big companies started to want us, like car manufacturers, you know, like for example, was one of the top 10 companies internationally, Mercedes, you know, like international, not like in Europe, Spain, internationally, you know. It was like seeing the value because I don't want to aggregate country by country, city by city, you know, all these platforms. It's not their work. But in the beginning, there was a platform that was installing the automated access system to automate the parking and to provide the easier access. Reservation platform, going parking by parking, no, can we work with the same contract one by one, difficult to scale. The investor was saying it's difficult to scale, it's like too much investment, you know. Then we started to, then competitors, another competitor, so many the world, you know, how are you going to operate? But then, open-minded. Look, so many competitors, so many already platforms, even the producers, manufacturers, yeah, of the system started to open their own apps like Skidata and the Kingston. It's like we have to leave, you know, like, there is no space for us. No, there is a better space for us. We will aggregate all the platforms in one, and it was in the beginning 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, more better, you know, it's like more is better because like now we have more value because we just want 20 apps on their phone, and if you go to, I don't know, Valencia, let's open each one and search. LetMeCharge, another company, is electric charging, the same problem, the same. Different parking charging apps, give a lot, and you have to go by one and check this, download it. aggregate all of them. But it's like really some you open-minded, you see this like, but you're not like quitting, I think. Yeah. I would say maybe I didn't answer your question. It's not like it should be 1 month, 2 months, no. But like the first you see the way of implementation, then you see this open-minded. Why we cannot do this? What's blocking us? Now we are facing very interesting thing. We are going to probably change a bit one part that I will tell you. But it was like, what doesn't allow us to, for example, this. What can we do? Let's see, let's build, let's probably do it differently, you know, but not quitting. Never.
Great. Thank you so much, Uliana. Does anyone have any final questions? Yes, Alejandro.
Yeah, hello. Thank you very much for your time, for being here, first of all. My question was with regards to your implementation, and to what was the biggest problem that you've had to date that has stopped you from going, you know, all the way up?
It will be like maybe
in terms of adoption from users.
Users. Okay, because I would like, if you want to tell about the general, the problem was, you know, would be not very unique. It would be investment. For me, it was, yeah. So if you want to let, I can tell you about how to also get the investors. But in terms of users, definitely the part of sales. It's a really difficult job, you know. Like the sales people, they pay it well because like this, like exactly. If you say you have sales, you have business. It's very important. Very interesting. I was saying, you know, like so people saying secret sauce of entrepreneurship, secret sauce of whatever. So the only secret sauce I want to know always is like sales and marketing. Because like marketing, how to market, what people do, you know, like their product, I just like secret sauce of marketing. It was like one I was talking with the person is like, look, I was talking with Kotler, which is like actually the one of the fathers of marketing, and he said, and I really was also thinking just like if you asked me before, and then he think the same, it's segmentation. It's focus and segmentation. If you're focused, you know, like my service for everyone, you know, No, my service is for companies. But in the beginning, it was not only companies. It was, you know, who? Our first client, installers, instaladores, who install the equipment.
Autonomous, self-employed.
Yeah, like no, there was a company, the big companies. They can fix something. They put internet in some mango store in the company. You know, there are a lot of people, and they sometimes have 3, 4, 5 meetings there and spend 3, 4 hours. And you know, like all this was like focus. Oh, let's go this. Let's go for those companies. Okay, let's go for that more. You know, it was like really segmentation. Okay, then you open. What is my clients? Those one of our clients. You know, so it's like I would say the most difficult was to get those clients, and how we solved this was like exactly to segment and to go to the niches. You know, even like a lot of big companies, you know, beer companies, they have different beers, and this is for young people, this is for women. Yeah, because you think that you can reach less, but then you reach more if you do this segmentation.
Right. Small question. Can you tell us roughly how many users you have up to date, and like how long did it take to get there? Or
okay, so like we have, as I told you, the users like ours, which is like our that we do with the marketing, which is like we don't have so much users, and the mainly the users we have is like due to the partners. Just say some of the partners, which for example the partner of connected car, for example, maybe you know Vodafone car connect that you connect your car. Here, for example, you have 80,000 users. This is one. You go with one partner, and you're like this, or it's like not like this. This is hard work. You have to implement. You have to tell them that we have this more users. and some like 10 in other platforms. We have more users in like Alexa, Google we just launching, and some companies they are already open. And plus, I didn't tell you that we are now launching also Italy, Germany, and France, because Amazon Alexa is one class, and that's also to implement our service in those countries. Okay.
Right.
And thank you for your questions.
No, no worries. Like there's tons. That just a matter of time. Thanks.